Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex, and Jay is off grooming his mustache somewhere. I can only imagine. He'll be back again with us tomorrow. But you got me today to give you some news updates from around Atlanta Smiles this Monday, November 17th. Before we begin, please remember to subscribe to the Thaiger to stay up to date on all things Thailand. Now, today, we're going to hopefully figure out what the hell is going on with the alcohol law changes. We'll also take a look at the newly announced tax on low-cost imports in order to protect local SMEs, and as usual, you guys can look forward to some foreigners behaving badly, as well as some feel-good news. And of course, that feel-good news always brought to you by Fazwaz. Fazwaz is the number one real estate portal in the country, the land of smiles. If you have anything that you need to do in terms of real estate buying, renting, selling, whatever you're doing, I've gone from the renting hunt to the buying hunt. So I'm in this process right now with Fazwaz, guys. And if you want the best in the business, then you got to go to Fazwaz.com and get started on that journey. So thank you, Fazwaz, for sponsoring the show. Now, we'll dive into it. Our first story, I'm getting absolute whiplash with how many updates are coming out with this. And I'm just going to give you the latest. And I think that we are finally in a definitive zone for what this news is going to be. I can finally shut up about it. But time will have to tell. And of course, I'm talking about the alcohol laws and the changes. So Thailand has, yes, once again updated their alcohol rules with new sales and closing hours. Okay, Thailand has extended alcohol service hours in licensed venues from midnight to 1 a.m. Late night drinking back on the menu, while launching a 6-month trial allowing restaurants to sell alcohol during the previously banned 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. window. I know of a lot of restaurants that were already selling during that time, but hey, for 6 months, it's all on the table. The changes are designed to modernize outdated restrictions and support tourism-driven businesses. Consumers can still face fines if caught drinking outside legal hours, and that's about 10,000 baht, people. So make sure you're following the rules. Business owners welcome the move, but say unclear advertising rules and enforcement guidelines create uncertainty. Authorities will monitor economic and social impacts before making decisions on whether or not to make these changes permanent. Now, please, Tan, pull up that graphic review. Oh, it's already there. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so there you can see we have the change, the previous rule, the new rule. So the drinking hours extended by 1 hour up to 1 a.m. Restaurant alcohol sales now from 2 to 5 p.m. We're okay. But remember that 2 to 5 p.m. ban is still in place for 7-Elevens, supermarkets, all of those things. After hours drinking, 10,000 baht fine. Hotels and airports on dry days, going to be some allowances. It's going to be allowed, excuse me. So it was limited or restricted before, now we're good to go. So, it seems like okay, I'll explain this a little bit. A lot of the restrictive policies were enacted under the Pattaya government previously. The ones that, the Shinawat clan and all that, they were the ones sort of spearheading those changes. Now it has shifted with Anutin in the Bumjai Thai party who are trying to liberalize these things. Of course, Bumjai Thai were the ones who legalized marijuana and now trying to liberalize these alcohol rules. And this does include, the rumblings have been around that we might see alcohol advertisements in the future. So we'll have to wait and see if these things actually stick. But for now, it seems like a little bit of a liberalization on the rules. All right. How do we do? Cool. Anyways, let's move on to our next story, which is, death and taxes. Well, Thailand is introducing a new tax on low-cost imports to protect local SMEs. Maybe a good one. So a new 10% customs duty on imported goods valued under 1,500 baht will take effect at the start of next year, ending long-standing duty-free treatment for low-value items. Officials say the change is necessary to protect Thai SMEs that have struggled to compete with cheap imported products, especially from online marketplaces. We're looking at China, mostly for that. Many domestic manufacturers blame these imports for factory closures and job losses. E-commerce and logistic companies will now be required to handle duty assessments on parcels. While prices for shoppers may rise slightly, the government argues the policy creates fairer competition for local businesses. I think this is fine. Obviously, like when you're shopping online, you just look at the price, right? Like whatever is the cheapest one, whatever the thing is that I need, I try to buy local. Like, I like that they organize it so that they show you, okay, this is in Bangkok, right? So it'll come to you faster. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people I don't need it immediately. So if I got to wait an extra few days for it comes from China and it's a little bit cheaper, okay. But at the same time, these are tariffs, right? This is what we're talking about. We're taxing things in order to protect local industries. And if there is a big reliance on these manufacturing sectors to create jobs and support the economy here, I think it's fine. They're already taxing things above 1,500 baht. This is going to be, for me, I got a bit of an issue with fast fashion. I know I'm dating like a fashion influencer who probably indulges in this too. I don't know, reconcile my ethics here. But a lot of this has to do with fast fashion, like Shein. And, being able to buy things so cheaply and then, you just burn through it. So I think it's fine. One of the things I would like to see is, okay, these are protective duties. Where does that money go to? What kind of programs is that going to support? Because I have a feeling it's going to rake in a lot of money. People do like to do their online shopping here, and it's going to affect a lot of people. But, yeah, I guess we'll see some more clarity in the future, hopefully. All right. Barkley TD, thank you, Annie. Appreciate it. Wait, did we? I hope that's true. Okay, anyways, let's move on. All right, it's time. It's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. It's foreigners behaving badly. Our first one is, it was a bit concerning, this one. It seemed like a mental health breakdown. Let's dive into it. An American woman was found safe after a viral traffic blocking incident in Bangkok. That's right, an American woman who stopped traffic on a major Bangkok road during heavy rain has been found safe and reunited with her family. Video of her standing barefoot in the middle of the road sparked widespread online concern. Police intervened to calm the situation and confirmed no further incident occurred. The case has prompted discussion about mental health awareness and safety for foreigners in public spaces. Authorities said no charges were filed, and the woman is now receiving appropriate support. Well, it is concerning. Gotta say, what is it about, substance abuse, maybe? I don't know. It's in the middle of the rain. Could be a thing. I'm glad that she's getting the care that she needs. She wasn't, blocking traffic, dumb, annoying, but it's not like she was being violent, I guess, so that's a good thing. But, it's super weird. People speculating what kind of drugs she may have been on. There is no confirmation that she was on any. Apparently she was cooperative when police did get involved. So for me, this is one of those things where, it's concerning. There's clearly something going wrong in her life, and this is one of the things that I appreciate about Thai police and the justice system here, I guess, is that there's a tendency to sort of be like, okay, maybe this person just needs help rather than taking the punitive route straight away. So, if she was a YouTuber doing this for clicks, I might be singing a different tune. But this does seem like a situation where somebody needed some help, and hopefully she's getting it. All right. Don't worry, I do have some foreigners actually behaving really badly right now, and we're heading off to Phuket for this one. So some Phuket tourists were left outraged after an unprovoked spitting attack in a restaurant. Nobody wants that kind of haktua. A foreign man in Phuket shocked diners after walking up to a couple in a restaurant and spitting on them without any apparent reason. CCTV footage of the incident quickly spread online, triggering anger among locals and tourists alike. The restaurant owner urged authorities to take swift action to maintain the destination's reputation. Police are reviewing the incident and considering possible charges. The episode has renewed calls for stricter behavior standards among visitors in popular tourist areas. I mean, come on, what are you going to do, though? You can't control when somebody's just going to go absolutely insane and come in spitting on people. That shouldn't reflect on the establishment at all. That's just one man's insane behavior. But yeah, it would be nice to see repercussions for these kinds of actions, right? Because oftentimes we do these stories, we say, okay, this person did this crazy thing, and then it gets sort of lost in the ether. So sometimes when it goes viral enough, there's follow-up stories, and we figure out what the punishments are, but as far as we know, this guy's still at large, hucking tours on random passersby in Phuket as we speak. So, I think a little bit of online pressure and media exposure maybe will light a little fire under the butts down there to find out who the hell this guy is and bring him to justice. See how he likes getting spit on in jail. Please don't use your imaginations too much on that. Moving on. Let's get on to our ASEAN Now story of the day. So we are off to the Philippines right now. There was a bunch of stories actually going on around ASEAN. There was some landslides down in Indonesia. So if you want to check that out, it was a pretty big story. But I prefer to focus on the political concerns that are happening over in the Philippines, where there was a mass rally where everybody's really, really complaining about the rampant corruption. So thousands of Filipinos gathered in Manila to protest a major corruption scandal involving incomplete or overpriced infrastructure projects. Line in the pockets. Demonstrators, many wearing white, accused officials of enabling what they called quote-unquote enormous evil affecting public services. Religious groups joined the rally, adding pressure on the government. Investigations and hearings are now underway as authorities face growing demands for accountability. Analysts say the scale of public outrage could influence the country's political landscape. This is what protests work. They do. I heard Dana White over the weekend quoting, say, like, he hates protesters. That protesters don't work. Protests don't work. I think they do. I think it does. Like, if you show like a show of force, there are thousands of people, maybe even millions in some cases, right? We've seen some big protests this year. It does impact how people view certain movements. So the fact that, you know, the Filipinos came out in force, they see this corruption, it's right in their faces, they don't want to stand for it. It's supposed to be a democracy. You're supposed to listen to your people. So I think it's funny that they're saying, hey, if enough people are angry, it might influence things. Shouldn't, right? Like, should be an impartial justice system. But this is the reality of the world that we're living in, man. Social media campaigns matter. Attention matters. Protests matter. So we're going to keep our eye on that because it's an interesting case with a government that is traditionally plagued with a lot of corruption. You talk about family dynasties and, contract awards and things like that. But, I agree with Benno's statement here in the comments. Protests might not change things overnight, but over time, they have an impact. And of course, it certainly does a lot for the visibility of the issue. Here we are talking about it on our show over here in Thailand. So, kudos to the Filipinos. Also interesting to hear religious organizations are getting involved over there because obviously Philippines is a heavily Catholic country where those organizations carry a little bit more political weight than does the clergy in Thailand, Tan, question for you, does the Buddhist monks in Thailand, do they have a big effect on policy in Thailand? Doesn't really seem that way, right? Because in like Christian countries they do. Like they make sure that their voices are heard. I feel like Buddhists are just chill, bro. They're just like, we're chill. We're monks. Like, yeah. I like that. All right. Dangerous question. That's okay. We can ask. There's only certain red lines in Thailand that I cross, but mostly I can talk about anything. Anyways, I'll move on. All right, cool. So, some good news. Well, it's another foreigner behaving badly, but it's also a key point in cooperation between Thailand and the United States. As a Thai-U.S. joint operation arrests an alleged Russian cyber spy in Phuket. Sounds like a Tom Clancy novel. That's what I was looking for. All right. A coordinated operation between Thai and U.S. authorities led to the arrest of a Russian man accused of involvement in cyber espionage. Authorities tracked the suspect to a luxury villa in Phuket, surprise, surprise, where he had reportedly been hiding. He is accused of hacking, data breaches, and assisting international cybercrime networks. The arrest highlights both Thailand's growing role in international security cooperation and the region's appeal to fugitives. It's not a good highlight. Extradition proceedings and further investigations are underway. Extradition to where? You got to wonder, right? Like, if it's a Russian cyber crime thing, right? I guess it was a U.S.-Thai joint operation, so the U.S. was after him. So will he be extradited to the States, where he is wanted for his crimes? Back to Russia, where he will probably be harbored and may have been operating under the blessing of said government. Who knows? I'm no spy, but yeah, it does seem like he was up to no good. And, you know, a lot of people, it's not just Thailand, it's all over Southeast Asia. It seems like a lot of people slip through the cracks down here because a little bit of money goes a long way. So this is one of those things where we look at Thailand as a developing country, at least from a Western perspective, but this is one of those things where it looks like more of a developed country, right? If they're having these big international, they're assisting with, like, you know, international criminal investigations, things like that. That's a good look for Thailand, both, you know, diplomatically, I think, and also in terms of you know, just respect level. So, yay, Thailand. Good on that. Yeah, Russian hacker working and getting boom boom in Phuket. Not anymore. Fun's over. All right, on that note, why am I reading comments? All right. Let's get into our little Fast West break before we do our feel-good news, guys. So refreshed. Thank you, Fast West, for sponsoring the show. And guys, of course, if you are in Thailand and you need to buy, rent, sell, or do anything with property, you go to fastwest.com, guys. All right. Some of the feel-good news of the day. Okay, it also starts sad, it'll end good. I promise, okay? 143 macaques were rescued from a border smuggling operation in Kaeo. Officials intercepted a wildlife trafficking operation near the Thai-Cambodian border and rescued 143 macaques being transported illegally. The animals were found in cramped conditions, believed to be destined for foreign buyers. Who's buying these macaques? Several suspects were detained under wildlife protection laws. Conservation groups say the rescue underscores the scale of illegal wildlife trade in the region. Big problem. Authorities plan to trace the wider network responsible for capturing and smuggling these poor animals. Who's buying? What is the market for this stuff? I don't get it. The exotic animal trade is insane to me because people do spend a lot of money on it. Like, what happened to drugs? Just buy drugs, people. Don't do that. Don't buy drugs. Don't do that. Like, I don't know, though. That doesn't feel as bad, right? Like, there's like a harder ethical line here for me. Is that wrong? Am I wrong? Give me your thoughts in the comments, guys, because this is disgusting behavior, I think, no matter what. Don't smuggle anything. Don't buy anything illegal. But, of course, like, I don't understand. Like, this is one I can't even wrap my mind around. Like, who is actually supporting this stuff? Like, the ivory trade, rhino horns, like, it's insane to me. But, yeah, look, old bull, I love exotic animals, but, like, in a zoo or, like, in a wildlife sanctuary, you go on safari somewhere. I've actually had some, you know, semi-exotic pets. I had cockatoo? I lived in terror with this bird, by the way. Like, that's, like, one of the ones you can definitely get as a pet. But, boy, was I afraid of it. It would bite me a lot. But, yeah, people in Dubai have lions, right? They do that. Do they have that here? I saw, like, a friend of mine went to a party here, and they just, like, brought out, like, a little lion cub at a party, and, like, people are taking pictures of them. Like, dude, it's like a little, it's not a cat. It's like a wild animal, and I feel like we're traumatizing it, man. I don't know. Anyways, gross story, but fortunately, again, cracking down on it, able to save these cool animals, and hopefully those arrests will lead to a bigger dismantling of the wider network. All right. Let me finish up. The comments are already cracking me up. Let me get into it at the end of the show. But our last story is about Pattaya. Some good news about Pattaya. They have unveiled a new smart command center in order to boost tourism and safety. Sounds like something out of Star Trek. Pattaya has launched a city command and response center to enhance crowd management, emergency coordination, and digital services ahead of the tourism high season. The system integrates multiple agencies, including tourist police and transport services, to deal with increasing visitor numbers. Officials say the center will support smoother traffic, faster incident response, and real-time data analysis. The upgrade comes as the city prepares for major events and millions of incoming travelers. The initiative aims to position Pattaya as a modern, safe, and efficiently managed global destination. Woohoo! go Pattaya. Like I go down to Pattaya at least once a month. They have so many fun things coming up in the coming months. Like there's a fireworks festival in a couple of weeks, all sorts of crazy jazz festivals, music festivals. I'm sure I'll be doing a Pattaya Night Live down there too. So keep your eyes peeled, man. And I like that they're taking it seriously. This seems like a proactive move because obviously when the high season comes, so does the high season for Thaiger news stories about foreigners behaving badly. So it's something to look forward to. And having that interconnectivity of departments being able to communicate with each other might mean that we have a little bit more of an organized chaos than we usually do down in Pattaya. So get ready for high season, people. I was just coming through the airport. They're coming. The throngs are a-coming, baby. So that's good news for the Thai economy. Might be bad news if you're not a fan of big old crowded tourist hotspots. You might want to go hide somewhere where they usually don't go. Anyways, let's wrap it up, shall we, guys? Thank you so much for joining me today on this edition of Good Morning Thailand. We will be back again at full force with Jay tomorrow morning. Oh, actually, I might be lying. Are we on shoot tomorrow? I think we're on shoot tomorrow. Might just be Jay. Jay and his mustache. Somebody with facial hair will be here to deliver you the news. But until then, you can always go to thetiger.com to see more news updates throughout the day or join in the conversation at ASEANnow.com, or you can doom scroll on any platform you like, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever. You see a lot of content that you wouldn't see normally here on the main YouTube channel. And don't forget, this is also a live show. We got, how many people? About 135 watching us live right now, guys. It's 9:30 a.m. Thai time every weekday, and you can join the conversation. And if you feel like it, you can also become a member. So if you're watching on YouTube, you usually just see the YouTube show, which is cut up. Before the show, I talk about what's going on in my life a little bit. It's a little more podcasty. We talk about stuff going on in the world. We talk about entertainment stuff. I have a lot of fun doing it, and I love waking up and having this chat with our live viewers. And then after the show, I catch up with them too and talk about whatever the hell was just going on in Thailand. So do consider it. If you want to be a member, you can see that live edition as well. So as my mom does. Hi, Mom. All right, guys. That'll do it for today. I will say goodbye to YouTube and say hello now to the live chat.
If you like that story, please like and subscribe. And for more Thailand news, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at The Thaiger, or you can go to thetiger.com and join the conversation.